Imagine creating an organization which had almost no money, no stadiums, no football clubs, no players, no teams, and no product to sell. And yet, over a century later, that same organization generates more than 1 lakh crore rupees during a single World Cup cycle. This is FIFA, the organization that controls biggest sporting event on the earth. Every 4 years, the organization organizes a tournament that stops entire world for 1 month. Today, billions of people watch the FIFA World Cup, but FIFA wasn't always a giant. When it was founded in 1904, it was a tiny organization with a limited resources and almost no global influence. So how did FIFA go from almost having nothing to becoming one of the most powerful sports organizations in the world? Today I am breaking down everything. What FIFA is, why people are obsessed with it, how it decides which country will host it, how FIFA and the players makes money, and in FIFA World Cup why India has been shut out completely out of this golden opportunity to host it or play. So to understand all of this, we first need to go back to the beginning. In 1904, football was growing rapidly across Europe. Different countries were playing the sport, but there was one problem. There was no global organization managing international football. Every country had its own rules and systems. So representatives from 7 European countries met in Paris and created FIFA. The goal was simple: create one organization that could coordinate international football competitions. For the first few decades, there was no global tournament. Then FIFA came up with an idea where countries from around the world compete in one tournament. That idea became the FIFA World Cup. Every 4 years, FIFA organizes the FIFA World Cup. 48 countries compete 64 matches. 1 month of global obsession. Power FIFA holds is staggering. FIFA decides which country gets to host the World Cup. FIFA decides tournament rules, sponsorship deals and broadcasting rights. But why do billions of people watch the World Cup? Because the World Cup has all the ingredients humans are addicted to. Nationalism, sports, drama, money, celebrity, passion. When India plays Pakistan, the entire nation stops. When Brazil plays Argentina, Latin America shuts down. When France plays Germany, Europe erupts. It's not just sports. It's geopolitical proxy war played on a football pitch, and the player becomes national heroes overnight. A player scoring a winning goal becomes big name in their country. This creates artificial demand. People who doesn't watch football suddenly cares desperately and they want everything related to it. Jerseys, ticket, merchandise. The merchandise industry is 15,000 crore globally. Fake jerseys, real jerseys, limited editions, and betting. Underground gambling during the World Cup reaches 5 crore globally. The emotional investment is so high that people are willing to lose fortunes betting on outcomes. This is why World Cup creates such obsession. Now you might be wondering, there are many major sporting events in the world: the Olympics, the Cricket World Cup, the Super Bowl. What makes the FIFA World Cup so special? The answer is simple. Most sporting events are popular in certain countries. The Cricket World Cup is huge in India, Australia, England and few other nations. The Super Bowl dominates America. But the FIFA World Cup is one of the very few events that captures the attention across every continent at the same time. Cricket World Cup generates 2000 to 3000 crore. Olympic 10 to 15,000 crores for host nation. FIFA generates 1 lakh crore plus. No other sporting events come close. For decades, football remained popular, but FIFA's real transformation happened because of television. Before television, only people inside the stadium could watch the matches. Then television arrived. Suddenly, millions of people can watch the game from their home. And this completely changed FIFA's business model because FIFA realized something important. The most valuable thing it held wasn't football, it was attention. Billions of people were willing to watch the World Cup, and wherever attention goes, money follows. FIFA's revenue comes from three streams. First, broadcasting rights. For 2026, broadcasting rights will alone generate 35,000 crores. This means television networks and streaming platforms pay enormous amounts of money for the rights to broadcast World Cup matches. Networks are willing to pay massive amounts because viewership is guaranteed. When India plays, 500 million people watch in India alone, and global viewership for FIFA go above 1 billion. Second, sponsorship. Coca-Cola, Adidas, Nike, Qatar Airways. These companies pay billions to associate with the World Cup. Why? Because they get access to 5 billion global consumers for 1 month. For many brands, the World Cup is one of the most valuable marketing opportunities in the world. Third, ticketing and hospitality. Tickets for matches ranges from 5,000 to 50 lakh for premium seats. VIP hospitality packages like luxury seating access generates 1 to 1.5 crore per match for hosts. Now here's the fascinating part. Most business need huge asset, factories, warehouse, stores, machines. FIFA owns very little compared to the revenue it generates. It doesn't own most football clubs, neither stadiums, neither most players. Instead, FIFA controls something far more valuable: intellectual property. It owns World Cup rights, broadcasting rights, sponsorship rights, licensing rights. In simple words, FIFA owns the event and everyone else pays to participate. This is one of the most profitable business model in the world. But how much do players actually make? World Cup players doesn't get paid directly by FIFA based on performance. Prize money goes to national teams, not individual players. So when Argentina won 2022 World Cup, the team received 35 crore. The team of 23 players had to split that among themselves. Per player less than 1.5 crore. 2026 prize money is higher. Winner team gets 42 crore, but that also gets splitted among team. Top football players earn 100 crore annually from club salaries. Now you might be thinking, what is club? Many people think that when a player plays football, he is always playing for FIFA. That's not true. A football player actually plays for two different types of teams. First, there is the club team. For example, Messi currently plays for Inter Miami CF. These are private football clubs. Just like company hire employees, football club hire players. The club pays Messi's salary. So if Messi earns 100 crore every year, that money comes from Inter Miami, Barcelona or PSG. Now let's look at the second type of team, the national team. Messi was born in Argentina, so during international tournaments, he plays for the Argentina national football team. This is completely different from his club. When Messi won the 2022 World Cup, he did not win it for Barcelona, PSG or Inter Miami. He won it for Argentina. And this is where FIFA enters the picture. FIFA does not own Barcelona, neither Inter Miami. FIFA does not pay Messi's club salary. Instead, FIFA organizes international tournaments where national teams like Argentina, Brazil, France, Germany compete against each other. Think of it like this. Clubs are like private companies, national teams represent countries, FIFA is the organization that runs the tournament, where these countries compete. Real money for players comes from sponsorship, endorsement and appearance fees. Messi made more from sponsorships during World Cup than from prize money. So the narrative that players are making crores is misleading. They are making crores from global brands, not from FIFA. FIFA is making crores. Players are getting little comparatively. But in this whole thing, how host country is selected? This is corrupt, openly corrupt. FIFA officials vote on host nations. Voting process is selective. Bribe is suspected. Qatar paid unprecedented amounts to host 2022 World Cup. Allegations of bribery were rampant. FIFA members suddenly switched votes to Qatar despite Qatar's climate, human rights, infrastructure challenges. And now US 2026 won through legitimate process because it was financially attractive and logistically sound. But process reveals that host nation's selection is not merit based. It's based on who can pay the FIFA most, who can promise the biggest infrastructure, who has strongest diplomatic pressure. India has never seriously bid for World Cup hosting. Why? Because infrastructure alone would cost 2 to 3 lakh crore, plus political complexity, plus governance challenges, and also FIFA's preference for wealthy nations with proven track records. India is seen as too risky for FIFA, so India remains shut out of this 1 lakh crore opportunity. But how much the country that hosts benefits? Countries spend billions to host the World Cup because hosting provides global attention, tourism, infrastructure investment, national branding. For many governments, the World Cup is an opportunity to showcase their country to the whole world, and that makes hosting rights incredibly valuable. Qatar hosted 2022 World Cup. Qatar government spent 2 lakh crore plus building infrastructure, 8 new stadiums, expansion of airport, new metro systems, hotels, and the economic boost they expected 30 to 50,000 crore from tourism and local spending. But here's the dark part. 4,000 plus workers died during construction, hundreds injured, human rights violation rampant, infrastructure built for World Cup. Most of it sits empty now. Stadiums are half empty for local matches, and annual maintenance costs are enormous. So return on investment in most cases is negative. Now USA is hosting World Cup 2026 across 16 cities. The infrastructure investment will be 2,50,000 crore plus. But it's spread across major cities that already have good infrastructure. Economic benefit to USA is estimated around 50,000 crore plus. The cost is upfront, but the benefit is distributed. India has never hosted World Cup. India has never ever been selected. India is football's elephant in the room and no presence in World Cup. India has never qualified for FIFA World Cup knockout stage, never made up to quarterfinals, never made semi-finals. Best performance till now is group stage exit. While cricket dominates India, football remains irrelevant. Cricket World Cup generates up to 2,000 to 3,000 crore and Football World Cup generates 1 lakh crore plus. But here India controls cricket globally, but it is absent in football. This is a strategic failure. India could have developed football as a second sport, could have created 5,000 crore plus industry. Instead, India ignored it. And now China, Thailand, Vietnam are investing heavily in football development. It is tough but true. India lost a generational opportunity. Even today, FIFA's World Cup business is still growing. Earlier, FIFA mainly earned from television, broadcast and sponsorship. But now new opportunities are opening up. More people are watching matches online. Instead of traditional TV, women's football is growing rapidly. FIFA is expanding tournaments to include more teams and more matches. And every new match means More viewers, more advertisement, more sponsorship deals, and more revenue. FIFA is no longer just a football organization, it is becoming a global sports media business. And as